How's it going, David from Comic Book Investments? So, got some stuff back from CGC and other places, things like that. And yeah, so I'm going to go through them. This is what I got back this week. Before I get into it, this comic right here, this Batman 423, if you head over to collectorscomics.com, you can enter in for a giveaway. Yep, 100% free. All you have to do is click the little enter button. That is it. That's all you got to do. If you head over to collectorscomics.com right now, we have it going on. And we also have an auction going on. This is our 9th one. Yes, our 9th one. Huge auction, tons of keys, Fantasy 15, and a 9.4. It is restored, but still, it's a 9.4. And then we got Hulk 1A Giant Size X-Men #1s, Daredevil #1 signed. We just got tons and tons and tons of stuff. Go check it out at collectorscomics.com. It's going on right now, our auction. Has about another week, a little over a week left. So go check it out, bid on some stuff, get some stuff. It'd be great. Once again, if you want to get this giveaway, usually there's a pop-up, but sometimes if it doesn't show up, you have pop-up blocked or something like that. Just scroll to the very bottom, and you'll see a little thing that says giveaway. Just click that, go in there, and then that's all you got to do to enter. And we'll pay for shipping and everything. So let's put this away. All right, got a ton of stuff to go through. Here we go. First appearance of the Legion of Superheroes. This is Adventure Comics 245 in a 1.5. Yeah, a 1.5. Mostly because it looks nice, but it has this thing right here. This piece missing. $1,000. I really wish I had more room up here. I need multiple desks at this point. Just too much stuff. All right, this one is Spider-Man Annual 22, first appearance of Speedball. Nothing that great, but anyways, this is signed by John Romita Sr., Stan Lee, yes, Mark Bagley, Tom DeFalco, and it's also sketched by Ron Frenz. I think I'm saying that. Frenz has a little Spider-Man sketch right here, and then also, I'm going to say David Michelini. I'm going to guess on that one. Michelini. Yeah, okay. There we go. Tons of signatures on that book. There's tons of signatures. $8.99. So if you want, I mean, a lot of these people are no longer with us. So it is a... Okay, yeah. It's a John Romita cover with Ron Frenz. For some reason, I thought it was Steve Ditko on the cover, but I think Steve Ditko is just art inside. There we go. How about another signature book? Fantastic Four #2 in a 5.5, signed by Stan Lee in gold. So you got the gold signature, which makes it 1,000 times more rare. I mean, I'm kind of joking when I say that, but it is kind of true. It is more rare because most of the time he's signed in black. So it's kind of like that Todd McFarlane when he came out with the King Spawn #1 variant, whatever, and he signed. He's like, oh my gosh, we sold too many, and I thought it was supposed to be super rare. It turned out to be not that rare. I did a whole video on how it's not even close to the top 50, not even the top 100 rare Spawn comics. But he signed some in like blue and green to make, I think it was blue and green, or maybe it was red and green. I don't know. He signed like 5 in different colored ink to give it a little more pizzazz. $39.99. Here we go. We got Moon Knight #1, Bill Sienkiewicz. I think I'm getting better on the name. I'm a lot closer. Sienkiewicz. We'll go with that. I'm sure someone will correct me down below. Moon Knight #1, 9.8. This is a variant. About 2,100. Again, all this stuff is on our website, collectorscomics.com. You can go check it out and get it now. This is basically where most people get it from, is our website. So head over there. We got showcase #4, first Silver Age appearance of the Atom. $13.99. Ooh, Star Wars #1 and a 9.6. $9.59. You want to know how George Lucas actually got rich? It's from this right here. Not the comic book per se, but merchandising. That's where he got rich. Because what happened is they created the film, and he signed, I think he got like barely any money for directing and writing it. I mean, barely compared to what you would think, right? But he wanted 100% of merchandising. And people were like, merchandising? Well, that's dumb. You don't make any money off of merchandising. Lo and behold, he made a ton of money. That's where he made most of his money. It wasn't from the actual film itself. Even though it did gangbusters at the box office, it wasn't that because the studio takes a whole cut and all this kind of stuff. He obviously made a lot from the box office, but it was mostly from the toys. The comics were just to promote the movie and promote pretty much the toys. The toys is where he made a ton of money. So that's where he got rich. Originally got rich. I mean, afterwards he made a whole universe out of it, and yeah. But he had 100% of the merchandise. All right, Weird Tales of the Future, number 1. What grade is this? 7.5. $39.99. Why is that? All right, Wiz Comics number 24. $449. I'm going to move these. Just so I have some room. You know, I'm doing this out of order. I don't like doing things out of order. So let me move these as I drop everything. That'd be terrible. Okay. All right. So we had a 1.5. What about this over here? Look at this. The same book, but in a 6.0, which is pretty high for this book. Let me guess. This is 1958. Yeah, pretty high for this book. Let's see. $8,000. So some of those other ones I just pick up, not always come back from whatever CGC or whatever I call it. But this one I did send. I thought it'd be a 6.0. Turned out to be a 6.0. So good. First appearance of Green Goblin. Sorban 14. I thought it'd be a 5.5 to a 6.0, so it came back 5.0. Not very good there. Not happy. $25.99. Avengers Assemble. I thought it'd be a 2.5, got a 3.0, so that's good. $28.59. Here is a crazy book. Single highest grade. Blue Beetle, number 17, and it's a war cover. I mean, he has him beating up some Nazis. So this right here is an 8.0. The next highest grade, the next grade even, is a 6.5. And there's not that many. There's like less than 10 total. I think even less than that in unrestored. But single highest grade, $12,000. I thought it'd be a 7.0, which would have been the highest grade still. Came back at 8.0, so definitely very happy there. And yeah, very expensive book. You're not gonna, well, you won't see another one like that. Daredevil, number 1. Old Hornhead. Thought it'd be 4.5, got a 5.0, good. $42.99. I just saw pictures of the new suit for the Daredevil Born Again TV show that they're making. Oh my gosh, the thing's been... So they made the show, and they were going to make it, and they're like, you know what? Let's go back to when we made actually like 20-something episodes a season. None of this, like 8 to 10 episodes. That's like nothing, which is... I still don't understand, like, how they make so little episodes, always. Like, even I was watching Rick and Morty. Love Rick and Morty, but I think it was the latest season was 10 episodes, and it comes out every like 2 years, and they make 10 episodes. I'm like, okay, it's a cartoon, animation. I used to watch animation back in the day, and they would have like, 24, 25 episodes a season. Sometimes they would make, like I know with like the Disney cartoons, they would make like 65 in a season, and then that would last them like basically the whole year or more, and then sometimes they make more. But like Turtles, they would always make like 20 to 25 episodes a season, and they came out every single year. So I don't know what's going on. You think with technology things would get like faster and better, but it doesn't. Apparently people just get lazier. I really don't know. I don't know. This like coming out with like, I saw a show once that had like 6 episodes for a season. I'm like, okay, like now I have to wait not just 1 year for next year to come out, but now I have to wait like 2 or 3 years. It's so annoying. Okay, Detective 143. This is a double cover. So it actually came back a lot higher than I thought. I thought it'd be 7.0, got an 8.0, $19.99. But yeah, a double cover, which means that there's 2 covers. And the way you get that, it's a manufacturer error. Happens. It's not common, but like you'll see them throughout if you ever get into like comic collecting and all that kind of stuff. If you're new, you'll see them. So it's not like super uncommon. I mean, on something like this, on an old golden age like that, having a double cover, like this will probably be the only one of this particular Detective 143 that'll have a double cover. You probably won't ever find another double cover of Detective 143. Same with this one, Flash 78. This is also a double cover, back to back. $18.99. I thought it'd be 6.0, got a 7.5. So I wonder what the covers are. Covers are a 6.5 and a 7.5. So it came back nicer than I thought. But yeah, so you're not like, this book's from 1946. Like, you're not going to find another Flash 78 with a double cover. Maybe even Flash 79 doesn't have one, or Flash 77. But I'm sure like, one of the Flashes in the 70s number, anywhere from like, 70 up to 79. I'm sure there'll be another double cover in a random issue, but they're not common. They're just like, you'll see them. Giant Size X-Men #1. First appearance of the new Giant Size, or the new X-Men. $27.99. And how about another one in the same grade? 7. $28.49. And here we go. Cool cover. I think it's Don Heck. Yeah. Horrific #3. He's getting his brains blasted. I thought it'd be a 2.5. Got a 3.0. 28.99. Here we go. I did a video about selling off my PC, and as you can see, there's like some of those Giant Size are from there and things like that, and I'm slowly releasing things. I've released most of the stuff that I've had, but I literally got the most comments and the most emails I got were people wanting my Hulk 181s, my prize collection of Hulk 181s. Well, here you go. Here's one right here. There's one. I still have a bunch more that I'm going to be sending, but here's one. And I've gotten, throughout the weeks, I've gotten them in. But this is a nicer one. $43.99. If you want a Hulk 181 and a 7.5. Very, very nice. I always love this cover. This is a great cover. Love it. Every time I get it, I always like looking at it. It's a great cover. So this is Lawbreaker Suspense Stories #11. Now what's cool about this cover is here's this like weird dude over here. And he has in his hands, he has all these like, it looks like bloody little things, and what it is like, what does he say exactly? Oh yeah. So he says you're a mute. This girl over here is a mute, but he's like, even if you could scream, the people downstairs couldn't even call the police because I cut out all their tongues. How crazy is that? So he has a bunch of tongues in his hands, and they're all falling in a bloody mess, and he has a knife, and he cut out the people downstairs, their tongues, so they can't call for help. So gruesome. Love it. Oh, did I give a price on it? I think I'm moving ahead. Came back great. I wanted $39.99. This always sells. Always. I'm not the only one that loves it. It's a very, very popular book. Just want to let you know. When it comes to horror stuff, it's very, very popular. Not as popular as Crime Suspense Stories #22, which is, I love that probably out of all horror books. I mean, that Horrific one I just showed you before, that's a pretty big one too. But that one's pretty big too. Flies off the shelf. Doesn't last long. Marvel Mystery Comics number 21 came back grade 1, $8 grand. It is a Nazi war cover. Those always do well. Timely war covers in general, people love them. Captain America timelies always do well, especially war covers, especially ones where poor little Bucky is being like tied up and then injected with something. Those are great. People love those. Very hard to come by. If I like could at one point, if I had oodles amounts of money and I was retired and I wanted to get into collecting, like where I could keep it, I would definitely want to go get Captain America comics run, the old Captain America comics. Outside of like some key actions, obviously like action number 1, I don't have any desire to complete an action run, but a Captain America comics run, I definitely want to complete that. Also Hulk run and Turtles run, those, but Captain America comics run definitely, it's probably like top of my list, one of the top of my list to complete. Here we go. We got Spawn number 189, but this is the variant cover. Very, very rare. Very, very rare. And it's in a freaking 9.8. A 9.8. A 9.8. 9.8. Extremely hard to get. I thought it'd be 9.6, but I got a 9.8. So hey, I'm not complaining one bit. $6 grand. This book, this I think is the second most valuable Spawn variant out there. Other than, what is it, 187, 188, or is it 18? No, it's not. This is the only one for 189. Maybe it's 187. There's I think it's 187. Anyways, it's a black and white variant of Portuco. I can't know how to say his name. Anyways, super rare because at that time Spawn was actually selling barely any copies. Yes, they were selling barely, and it was like a 1 in 25 or 1 in 50, and it was such a low print run during this era. That's why this one's expensive too, because they were retail incentives, but Spawn wasn't selling that well. Like I think it got down to, at one point, Spawn was only selling, God, I don't. It was either, I want to say it's like 2,000 and something copies during this time. Gosh, I should really look it up again. I think like number 243 is the lowest print run of a cover A. What was it, like 2,000 copies or 21,000? It was either 2,100 or 21,000. I can't remember now. But very low print run, wasn't selling that many. And so they were doing retail incentives during this time when they weren't selling that many. And so they're just like super rare, like less than like, of this one, there's probably less than 50 copies or something like that. All right, Superman number 30. Origin and first appearance of Mr. Mxyzptlk. I think that's how you say his name, even though most people can't. That's the whole thing. He's like an imp. I thought it'd be 6-go, got 5.5, $24.99. Mxyzptlk. Weird Mysteries, number 11. Thought it'd be 5-0, got a 6-0, $2 grand. Whatever this is, Wolverine number 100 holograph, super rare, so rare. It's $49. Oh my gosh, I totally remember these. I had these. I love these. So this is like Chex kind of with marshmallows, and I love Chex. Even to this day, I like Chex. And then they have little marshmallows. I remember having this cereal. I remember there was this cereal that had, this was in the 80s, so it was a long time ago. It had it was a one box, but it had 2 sleeves in it, and I want to say it was Zelda and Mario were the 2 sleeves. I've seen people like buy them, like they have them still. I remember that. I remember grabbing that because I was in Nintendo. I was a little kid, and I remember grabbing that. I remember eating. I remember opening them. They had 2 little bags inside the box. And I think we only got it like once or twice, and then it was discontinued. It didn't last very long, but totally remember that. Okay, on the thumbnail, I have 3. Yes, 3 X-Men number 1s. Here we go. How about this X-Men number 1? 2-5. I thought it'd be a 3-0 to a 4-0. I got a 2-5. What did I say? $6,000. Or how about this X-Men number 1 in a 5-0? I thought it'd be 5-0. Got a 5-0. $14,000. Or how about this X-Men number 1? This one is missing something. It is missing the 12th page. So it's an ad page that's missing. Qualified 3-5. $5,000. And then we got X-Men number 4 in a 6-0. That'd be a 5-5. $27.59. And then literally the exact same thing right here. $27.99. Yeah. And that is it. Remember to go to collectorscomics.com and enter that giveaway and check out our auction. Have a great day.